Today is day 6, Monday, July 8th, and today's ride went from Liard River Hot Springs to Whitehorse, Yukon. The ride today started out pretty early since the sun comes up pretty early. I think the sun came up about 3:30, or at least it was light out. Was able to pack up camp and get on the road a little bit before 6 o'clock, which meant that I missed most of the traffic. There's a fair amount of construction, so by the time I had driven by, either the crews were just arriving or there wasn't anybody on the road, and so I was able to get the pilot, and they send the motorcycles ahead of the pilot car anyway, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Also saw a lot of wildlife, and when I had been at Toad River, one of the places I bought gas, I saw a postcard that said Smith River Falls. I asked one of the gentlemen there if that was around or if he knew how to get there. And he had come in the opposite direction and said, yeah, I remember seeing the sign, but figured it was something that you had to hike to, so I didn't do that. So as I was coming this morning, I saw the sign and went ahead, and it said 2 kilometers to get to the waterfalls, and the road was pretty rough. On a motorcycle it wasn't any big deal, but if you had a car it would have been tricky because there were some trees that had fallen and were in the road, or at least obstructing part of the road. So got there, and it was kind of a 2-tiered falls. It was pretty neat, pretty good sized river, and so enjoyed that. Saw several bears, saw lots of bison. There were a lot of lakes in this drive as well, and there was rain also, not too bad. So once I got to, before I got to Dead Horse, I had stopped to take a break and get back the alertness I needed. And while I was there, a lady who was doing some adventure riding, kind of like what I'm doing, came out and was asking me questions, and had said that she had a flat tire back a ways and didn't have the right size tube, and so she had used the front tire tube that she had on her back tire, which is a little smaller but wider, and said that she had gotten this far and was hoping to be able to get into Whitehorse to be able to buy a new tube. Well, I had that same size tire. I asked her if she wanted it. She said she did, gave me some money, and so I was glad to be able to help somebody else along the way. And the other kind of cool thing was in Watson Lake, I was buying gas, and a guy in a big Ford F-3500 that was hauling a 20-foot container full of his belongings, he said, on his fifth wheel trailer, pulled in, and we started talking. He was going the opposite direction. He had left from Fairbanks and was heading down to Mississippi, and he was in the military, was all excited about his new assignment. And we talked, and he had driven the Dalton Highway quite a bit, so said that I should be fine, and thought that it was a good idea to have a spare set of tires and whatnot. So we'll see. I was planning on switching out the tires, but other people that I've asked since then have said, yeah, I should be able to make it on what I have. So some of the other people that I met that gave me some advice on that was a father and son. Dad probably in his 50s, and son, I think, is 16 or 17, and they were having a blast. They were telling me about their exploration. They not only on motorcycles, but they go hiking, and went to the ice fields that flow out to the Pacific, and said they saw some really amazing things. Sounds like they were having a blast, and sounds like good father-son kind of activity. So look forward to that when Mason gets home, doing something similar, maybe going to Mexico. So another great day, beautiful scenery. People are great. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your encouragement. If you have any questions, please leave a message on the webpage. And tomorrow is going to be a long day, so I don't know if I'll be able to get the video done at night. Probably be pretty beat, but I'll do it the next day because I'm kind of taking the next day off and recovering from the road and getting ready for the Hall Road or the Dalton Highway. So good night.